Hi. How you doing?
Just being thrown around everywhere.
Yeah,
right?
that's fine. That's what I expected.
You know, something that I think about when I look at adaptations is how different a story can be in one medium compared to another.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that translation process?
Yes, it's something that I've thought a lot about, just not only as someone who is participating in it, but as a fan of cinema. You know, like a lot of great films have started with books. A lot of terrible films have started with books too. So it's almost been a project of mine to research that and study that. And I've thought a lot about it, and I've tried to learn from people's successes and failures. I think for me it was really important to use the book as a inspiration, as a launching pad, but not feel constricted by it. You know, I think a lot of the best adaptations have departed from books, and you know, one of the things I talked to Randall about early on was like, if it comes down to the choice between being absolutely faithful to the book and making the choice that's best for the film, let's go with the second one.
Well, I love that approach, which makes me even more excited about this movie.
Yeah.
I wanted to know more about this story and why now is a good time to bring it to the big screen.
Well, to be honest, it was something that I was trying to do for a long time. I wrote the first draft a long time ago, and it really feels like it was a different world. You know, I was told immediately by well-meaning people that it was not castable, that it was not financeable, that there wasn't an audience for it. And what I heard a lot was that it was too specific, which all of those things had sort of a undercurrent to me that I was like, I know what you're talking about. And so I've been, you know, I put the script in a folder and I sat back and have just been watching the culture evolve over the last 15 years. And so every success for a film with, you know, Asian American characters, I always thought like that's only going to help my chances.
Well, that's interesting. You're talking so much about wanting to be in film and being very meticulous about how this one came to the big screen. What does the future look like for you with filmmaking?
I hope there is one. I was completely inspired and honestly changed by this process, and you know, I enjoyed the work every single day, which is not necessarily true about making comics. And you know, when I started working on this version of the screenplay and it kind of became my full-time job, my wife would come home from work and she'd be like, you're in a good mood. And she was surprised by that. And I was like, yeah, I don't know why, but something about working on this is really satisfying for me. And that's been true of the whole process. So I really hope to do more.
You know, I want to kind of talk about the comics for a moment because one of my writers who's here, he has the comic book, and was hoping to get it signed. I don't think he made it in time, but if I see you when he gets there,
I'll be around afterwards. So
okay,
I'm happy
perfect.
To do it.
Yes. Tell me more about the process and like getting into that and making that happen. I guess I think that it can be tough to get passion off the ground.
Great coach. Thank you.
Likewise. It can be tough to get a passion off the ground, like you just said, getting this film off the ground and at the right time. And,
yeah.
Right. So tell me about that with comic book writing.
You know, I've been completely spoiled in that regard, and it's made it very difficult to adapt to the world of film because I started making comics when I was very young and got scooped up by a publisher when I was 19 years old, and I've worked with them consistently to this day. Every one of my books has been published by Drawn and Quarterly in Montreal, and they have always been completely hands-off and just supportive of my vision. So I have to admit, that was a pretty easy. I lucked out in that regard.
Sometimes the industry can be about luck and things coming together at the right time.
Yeah.
So, and I'm glad that that's the case for this movie. Really quick, just last question. I want to know how you feel about this movie being here at Sundance, debuting on this massive platform. What does that mean to you?
We didn't say it publicly or out loud much, but all along we were saying to ourselves, wouldn't it be cool if this premiered at Sundance? That was the dream that we had, just because of the type of film it is. The inspiration for this film was really a lot of films that did premiere here historically. And I grew up, being informed by indie cinema, and so all along that was in the back of my mind. And so when we got the call saying that was happening, it was like, that's it. That mission accomplished. Yeah.
Awesome.
Really.
Well, congratulations. I'm really excited to see the film.
I hope you like it.
I wish a lot of success for it as it goes out into the world. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank
I appreciate it.
That are super flawed.